So, um, it's also worth considering creating your ideal day. So, if you had a magic genie who could create your day for you exactly as you'd like it to be, and this is not a holiday day where you spend your whole day lounging around at the beach. This is, your ideal work day. So some of the day is spent, working so that there's that sense of contribution and achievement and those types of things. Um, it's working your day to be the way that you'd like it. So in particular, it's worth considering the environment, the hours, the people, and the activity that make up your ideal day. So, if you think about your ideal day, and again, as an activity to consider for later, I would suggest that you write these points down on a piece of paper, or you can have a look at the slides later when I send you a copy. So just think about your ideal day, trying to fill it with those ecstatic moments, and consider these questions. What time are you waking up? Who are you with? What do you have for breakfast? What is your morning like? What time is your lunch break? What do you have for lunch? What are you learning? How am I growing? How am I serving? What is my afternoon like? What is my evening like? What do I have for dinner? How many hours did I work? How many hours did I play? How many hours did I exercise? And what time did I go to bed and say good night? And I think if you get clear on the answers to those questions, and of course the answers will be different for each one of us, then you can, start to get a feel for, what would you really like your life to be like day to day. And once you're clear on that, then you can start, creating that, making that a reality. Okay. So, start, maintain, finish. So, in life, there are some things that we really should start doing that would be good for us. So, for example, if you had a goal that you wanted to get down to a certain weight, perhaps it might be good, if you're not already doing it, to start exercising each week, or to start going to the gym, or working with a personal trainer or a coach, or whoever that may be. There are some things that we should maintain, so things that we're already doing that are good for us, things that we should nurture and keep doing because they're really working for us. And then there's some things that we really should finish. And so, as I mentioned before, December is a really good time to finish some things. So if you know that there are some habits that you have been in that, to make 2013 your best year yet really need to not be there, or just, wrapping some things up so that they're not there, as something else to add to the to-do list. So again, I would recommend getting a page and dividing it into 3, and in one section write start, in the next section write maintain, and in the third section write finish. And I'd like you to, anything that springs to mind straight away, write them down in the relevant category. And perhaps if anything's springing to mind, I'd love some examples of things that you might like to start, you might like to maintain, and you might like to finish, either now or in the next year. So if you just type in the question pane, Again, if the question pane over to the right has disappeared, just click on that little arrow up the top right and it should appear. So in the meantime, as I said, this is a good time of year right now to finish some things off. So I'd like to share with you a few examples of things in the finish category that I would highly recommend that you do. So clean out old food from your fridge, freezer and pantry. So get out all of the old food, all of those tins of random things that you haven't eaten. Perhaps it's gourmet minted asparagus spears, which you've been saving for that special occasion that just hasn't quite eventuated. Just get everything out. Anything that has expired, obviously, throw that out. Anything that you don't recognize what it is, throw it out. Any food that has been there for more than a few weeks, and I'm talking frozen goods and tinned food, either commit to eating it in the next week or just throw it out. If that special occasion where you were saving those minted asparagus spears does appear, then go out and buy some more. It's just clutter, and ultimately the clutter in our physical environment is a representation of our mindset and our emotional state. So if we can clear out some of the junk that's in our physical surroundings, it can help us feel clearer and more focused internally. So also use or get rid of kitchenware. So if you are one of those people who have special cutlery, glasses, platters that only come out, at very, very special occasions, well, why not use that every day? Why not make every dinner a special occasion? And if not, it's really taking up space. So, perhaps consider getting rid of that. Clean out or throw out old bathroom stuff. So I think a lot of bathrooms, we have bottles where there's maybe a little bit of shampoo or conditioner or some moisturizer or lotion of some sort where there's a little bit left at the bottom, but we haven't used it for ages. Maybe we've moved on to a new container, or perhaps we've got old perfumes and colognes that we're saving for a special occasion. Again, either use them or get rid of them because they're just taking up space. And also with your wardrobe, if you've got clothes that you haven't worn for the past year or that are old and tatty, get rid of them. They're just taking up space. And clothes are actually a reflection of your identity. So if you're wearing clothes that are 5, 10, 20 plus years old, are you still that same person 20 years ago? Or, have you actually grown and developed into a better, happier person? So, really representing things that way. And if you have, books and DVDs and other resources, have a look through them. If they're useful, why not give them another read or watch them? And if you're not using them, perhaps consider donating them to charity or a library or giving them to a friend who might get some use out of them. So great, I've got lots of examples over here. I'd like to start a new diet and cooking plan so I can have delicious, nutritious food. Fantastic, absolutely. All right, start and maintain. Positive thinking, focus on moving forward. Don't buy into negative thinking. Absolutely. Focusing on what you want and positive thinking sounds fantastic to both start and maintain. Finish. Focusing on negative thinking. Love it. Finish. Clutter in the office. Yep, absolutely. That's another thing. Getting the office in order. Maintain. Exercise 3 times a week. Yep, Sounds great. Maintain. Ridding clutter throughout the year. Yep, absolutely. This is, spring cleaning can happen anytime throughout the year. And so, perhaps having it as a more regular thing that you go through these processes would be great. Maintain. Focus on our goals. Let no obstacle deter us. Find a way to move forward. Fantastic. Thank you, everybody, for sharing. Okay. So, you have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own and you know what you know. And you are the one who'll decide where to go. Love Dr. Seuss. So much gold in his materials. So as we approach the end of the slides, and of course if there are any questions along the way, please feel free to share those or any comments. So we mentioned that today's session largely was about getting really clear on knowing your outcome and setting SMART goals. The next step, of course, is to take action. And I would propose that the next action to take, if you're really committed to yourself, if you're really committed to making 2013 your best year yet, it's important to take action towards achieving what you want. So I would highly recommend that you give yourself some time to finish writing your goals for 2013. Write at least one goal for each of those 9 areas. So for your health, your personal relationship, your family, your friends, your business, financial, hobbies, toys, and travel. Of course you can write many goals in each of those areas, and, the more detailed you are, the more goals that you have to get clear on what you want, the more likely you are to, make those happen. Again, adding to that list of start, maintain, and finish, to get clear on what things you should be doing throughout the year so that you can be who you need to be, and so that you can have what you want to have. And also perhaps considering what your ideal day would be made up of. What time would you get up? What time would you go to bed? And what would you be doing in between?